Cocaine addiction often develops differently than many other substance use disorders. Because cocaine is associated with energy, confidence, and performance, many men don't recognize the problem until the crash becomes unavoidable. This video is here to explain what makes cocaine addiction different, what to expect if cocaine use has become a problem, and what real recovery requires for men. My name's Chris Burwash. I'm the founder and CEO of Into Action, and I'm also a man in long-term recovery. I've lived addiction firsthand, and I built Into Action to address substances like cocaine, honestly, with structure, accountability, and a long-term approach that actually works for men. Cocaine affects the brain by overstimulating the nervous system. It creates short bursts of confidence, energy, and focus, followed by sharp crashes that leave men anxious, irritable, and depleted. Many men use cocaine to push through stress, work demands, or social pressure. Over time, the highs shrink, the crashes worsen, and the urge to use becomes compulsive. Cocaine addiction in men often looks functional at first. Many men continue working, socializing, and appearing driven. Underneath, behavior starts to change. Sleep becomes irregular, mood swings increase, risk-taking becomes more common. Cocaine stops being a boost and starts becoming a requirement just to feel normal. Warning signs of cocaine addiction can show up in several ways. Behavioral signs may include secrecy around social plans, financial strain, irritability, impulsive decision-making, or disappearing for long periods. Many men become increasingly impatient, aggressive, or emotionally detached. Physical symptoms of cocaine addiction often include sleep deprivation, weight loss, increased heart rate, headaches, nose irritation, jaw tension, and exhaustion during crashes. Emotionally and psychologically, men may experience anxiety, paranoia, depression, restlessness, or intense mood swings. Over time, confidence gives way to instability. Cocaine withdrawal is different from substances like alcohol or benzodiazepine, but it can be intense in its own way. When cocaine use stops, many men experience severe fatigue, depression, anxiety, irritability, strong cravings, and an inability to feel pleasure. The crash can feel overwhelming, especially for men who have relied on cocaine to function or perform. Because of this, many men relapse quickly after attempting to quit on their own. The emotional low points and cravings push them back to use to escape the crash. Without structure and support, the cycle repeats and often escalates. Long-term cocaine use carries serious risks. Cocaine addiction places strain on the heart, brain, and nervous system. It increases risk of heart problems, anxiety disorders, depression, and impulsive behaviors that can damage careers, relationships, and self-respect. Over time, many men feel disconnected from themselves and the people around them. Cocaine addiction requires a structured, disciplined approach to recovery. At Into Action, we work with men who are ready to stop chasing intensity and start rebuilding stability. Structure, accountability, and consistency are crucial because cocaine addiction thrives on chaos, stimulation, and avoidance. Into Action Recovery in Phoenix, Arizona provides cocaine addiction treatment designed specifically for men. Our approach combines evidence-based clinical care, 12-step integration, physical restoration, and a men-only recovery environment. Clinically, we use such therapies as cognitive behavioral therapy, trauma-informed care, motivational interviewing, and relapse prevention to address stimulant-driven patterns and impulsive behavior. The 12-step component of our cocaine addiction treatment is non-religious and focused on honesty, responsibility, and internal change. Men learn how to manage cravings, regulate emotions, and rebuild purpose without relying on stimulation or escape. Physical recovery and routines are also essential in cocaine addiction treatment. Cocaine disrupts sleep, nutrition, and the nervous system. Through structured schedules, physical conditioning, nutrition, and consistent habits, men begin restoring energy, discipline, and confidence. Recovery here is active and intentional. Brotherhood plays a major role in cocaine addiction treatment at Into Action. Men recover alongside other men who understand the pressure, impulsivity, and crash cycles tied to cocaine use. This is not a passive support system. It is a community built on accountability, honesty, and shared responsibility. Recovery from cocaine addiction is not about learning how to control use. It is about building a life that no longer requires escape or stimulation. At Into Action, we focus from the beginning on long-term recovery. Transition planning, continued accountability, and ongoing connection help men maintain progress after treatment. Cocaine addiction does not have to define the rest of your life. With the right structure, support, and commitment, men can recover and stay recovered. If you recognize yourself or someone you love in this description, Into Action is here to help. Our cocaine addiction treatment program in Phoenix, Arizona is built for men who are ready to take responsibility and change. So get into action today and give us a call.